T actually means gossip. It's a new term for gossip. It's going to have unintended consequences. I don't think this does any good. The sexual marketplace is going to implode with this app.
You're screwed. Thank you. Bye.
Hello and welcome to the Brothers Random Show. My name is Travis.
I'm Michael.
And we are two ordinary brothers discussing extraordinary ideas and some random shit. Michael, why are we here?
We've talked about movies. We've talked about music. We've talked about current events. Today, we are talking about an app.
The T app, to be specific.
Out of that, an app was born. It's called Tea, as in spill the tea or gossip. It's got Gen Z in a chokehold, spreading as it does on TikTok.
Mama, we made it. Look at that.
Whoever keeps posting my husband on the Tea app needs to stop.
Guys, I'm trending on the Tea app.
There's actually a waiting list to get on this thing. You can post photos of who you're dating to gauge other women's experiences with these men, so-called red and green flags. The reviews are rarely positive.
If anybody knows anything about what's going on in the battle of the sexes, this is one new wrinkle in that battle.
It's been out since 2023, but I guess social media has grabbed onto it, and it's got 1 million. The article we read, they said that it's got 1 million new users just in the last little bit.
It says that it's a app for protecting women, safety for women
in the dating market.
What it actually is it's an app where you can rate a man. What it does is it uses AI to take a picture of the man, and it finds his information online, anything that he's posted or people have posted about him. And then it pretty much doxes him for other women on this app.
They can put his address, they can put his phone number,
yes,
kind of all of that. Over 6.2 million users. Man, that's a lot.
What it essentially is it purports itself to be a app that holds men accountable for their actions. So for example, if you're a man who's on dating apps and you are trying to date more than one woman at the same time, one of those women who finds this out, she can actually get on this app, put your picture on the app. The app will then find all of your information and then post the information. This app is only meant for women. If you're a dude, you can't get on this app. And there are a million red flags, a million problems with this app.
No way!
This app, although having good intentions, is inadvertently going to cause more problems than it is actually helping with. Okay, so let's explain that. The Me Too movement caught a couple of really gross people, Harvey Weinstein being one of them. Caught him, put him in jail. He's been in legality for the last 5 years. But in the process of doing that, it actually accused a lot of people who were not guilty of misconduct. And that has the tendency to ruin people's lives. So, for example, the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial, whatever, travesty, whatever you want to call it, it was actually exonerating Johnny Depp. The trial did, and Amber Heard actually looked like a crazy person after that. That's the kind of the extremes of the Me Too movement. It was meant to hold men accountable for bad actions. And we can all agree that most men need to be held accountable for their bad actions. But what about the men that don't do anything and are accused of stuff that is not true? And that is what this app could potentially add fuel to the fire.
You're goddamn right.
This will not end well. Either they're going to get sued into oblivion, or this app continues to make big bank, but the app has been hacked at this point, which is ironic because it's been hacked, and then all the users their information was put out on the internet. So it's ironic that a app that's trying to dox men for bad behavior actually doxes all of the women
gets hacked, and then those women get doxed. It's one of those things. It's like, it's safety. It's supposed to do a good thing, but I mean, when it comes to safety, sometimes there's that slippery slope. A lot of the times there's that slippery slope where it's, do we take the safety versus like ruining people's rights or
reputations, lives?
Yeah, lives. Like, just, I'm sure that there probably are some where this will do good, but the minuscule amount of like the good that this can do, I think pales in comparison to the bad that this could do.
Like the damage that this could do. I think it's with good intentions.
Yeah. Just like the Me Too movement, good intentions, and the good intentions of like bringing down these horrible people. But at the same time, like, for how many innocent guys who were just hitting on women, and then all of a sudden they're being dragged around.
Well, in this, we should probably say something about why this interests us. First of all, we're family men. You have daughters and a son. I have daughters. I want them to find good men. I want them to have good men in their lives. And I'm sure you want the same. So we are invested in the battle of the sexes and how it plays out. And it shouldn't be a battle. There should be coming together. There should be camaraderie among the sexes. But we are in a hotbed in this country of just a lot of bullshit that doesn't need to be happening. So the Me Too movement was a very big deal, and that actually turned sour. That turned so sour that they eventually got rid of the Me Too organization because the Me Too organization became corrupt in itself. This doesn't lead to anything good in my mind. This leads to more bad because it can be abused. It's taking the notion that every woman on the app has only good intentions, and that's not every woman. There's women out there that have really bad intentions. It could be any reason that a man has broken up with her will put her so off so quickly that she could get on that app and destroy this guy's life within a few minutes. It could be a complete lie.
Because the article that we might get into a little bit.
This article is by Elliot Williams at CNN.com. It basically is about whether there is legal recourse for anybody that's on this app. What were you going to say?
Goes into defamation laws and things like that, and
how they kind of don't work in this era, because one of the arguments this guy makes in this article is he basically saying that if you post pictures of yourself online, if you are intentionally posting stuff of yourself online, you are actually saying to anybody who potentially uses that material that that's free to use. And if
I think he never mentions this, but I think that gets lost in the sense that, like, say you post your picture on Facebook, you're giving Facebook permission to use that, but you're not giving T permission to use that, right? Like, doesn't that seem like there's some legal stuff?
I think we're going to see lawsuits
the internet,
on
though.
this.
It's like, how the heck are we ever going to
enforce this?
Once it's out on the internet, it's basically like always out on the internet, right?
Yeah.
But the defamation laws, it's kind of vague. It's like it has to hurt them emotionally, or
they have to be able to prove that it hurt them.
And then you got to prove that, and it's like, I didn't get any more dates. Like, how do you prove that? Prove that emotionally devastated this guy.
I kind of think this is very interesting because it says that it's use a phrase,
dating safety tool.
Yeah, it's like
T is marketed as a quote dating safety tool, end quote.
A bullshit.
Okay, so as a dating safety tool, we can all agree that we want women to be safe when they're dating, right?
Yeah.
The truth is that a man who is looking to assault women, this isn't going to hurt him. The law needs to hurt him. So if you are being like, if you actually were hurt on a date, you need to go to the police, not to this app to complain about him. Like that is not the proper way to do this. And that negates whatever they're saying. And if they're talking about safety of, oh, he's dating 2 women. Yeah, but how does that hurt you? How are you unsafe by him dating 2 women? Sure, he's being a jerk and a piece of garbage, but that's not hurting you, like physically hurting you. So the safety angle on this is very hyperbolic.
Men are not allowed on the app. So
they can't defend
in
themselves.
all reality, it's about gossip. And I say it's about gossip because there's no recourse. There's no fact checking. There's no way that you're going to know if this is true or not.
Well, and the thing about it is unsuspecting guy might not even know it's happening. So he'll probably get lots of dates on like Tinder or whatever. And then one day he just doesn't get any. And he's like, well, what's going on? What's going on? And then if he does some digging, he'll find out that he's been doxxed on this app and all the women are avoiding him, which if he's a piece of garbage, and he kind of deserves that. But a guy who isn't a piece of garbage, who a girl has a grievance with, like this could be anybody. Like what if,
but he has zero representation. Like,
yeah, he has zero. Yeah. So what if he's a landlord and she didn't pay her rent and he kicks her out and she knows that he's trying to find a date. Like he's a lonely guy. He's trying to find somebody to date. And then all she's got to do is go on this app, dox him, say that they went on a date and say that he was a piece of garbage, which isn't true. And he has no recourse after that happens.
With everything else going on, it just seems like this doesn't do anything. This doesn't do the dating world any favors.
Well, all it's going to do now that this thing's out is it's going to make men less likely to go on dates. I mean, and that's the thing. What's so bizarre is you see these videos of women complaining about not being able to find a good man.
But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite.
Where are the men that are generous and don't expect anything in return? Like,
we want to know, men, where do you guys hang out? Where do you go?
Men that don't suck. Where are we finding them? Huh?
Where y'all find those men at that be doing like the rose petals to the tub, candlelight dinners, opening doors?
Yeah, where are all the men, like the good, real men at?
They're always like, where are the good men? What happened to them? And I've seen
I got all dolled up and no men hit on me.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Well, why do you think that is? It's because of apps like this. It's because of the Me Too movement. It's because they're protecting themselves by not getting involved with you, essentially.
And this might be true that maybe this is only the worst for the 10%, the top 10% of guys, because those are the guys that are dating
more than one woman,
like things like that. Most of the time, that's probably going to be the top 10% of guys.
Yeah.
They're also probably going to be the ones that kind of, whatever the phrase, pump and dump, probably, have sex with them and move on.
And see, that's bad behavior that we should call out, but this has too much of a potential for abuse. I'm thinking of the abuse that this will cause. To think that all women are honest, upright people. Like, look at the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case.
Yeah.
Like, she was not a good person in that. Neither was he. Either one of them come out looking very good on in that case, but she's not innocent.
Well, duh.
In this article, it talks about the legal aspects and it like kind of following the wording in the laws. And it's kind of just like, you know what? It would be really hard to take somebody to court over this. There would have to be a lot of proof. And I'm calling bull crap a little bit because.
Well, I don't think he's wrong, because you can't get a judge involved if you can't get any dates. Like, that's one aspect. but a defamation of character like that, there
Right.
are laws about that. And so, I mean, I don't know how hard it would be to try to prove those laws.
Well, that's
Or
what it says.
prove-
It would have to prove for defamation. It'd have to prove that it was a lie. They'd have to prove that it hurt them
in some way. Yeah.
And these are all really hard things to prove. It would be very hard to prove.
Yeah, saying something
putting
terrible
my
about,
picture on this app or whoever's picture on this app would hurt them, right? Emotionally or financially, right? That's something that would have to be proved in court. It's kind of crazy that but that doesn't make it okay. I'm just saying that, and this
just
guy,
because,
he's
just
a little
because
biased in this.
Well, just because
article.
you have no legal recourse doesn't mean that it makes it okay. Like it's still wrong, right?
Right.
Especially if it's misused. Like I get what it's trying to do. It's trying to call out bad behavior of men. And the bad behavior of men for an eternity has been, I'm going to try to date several women at the same time. And if you're a high valued man, you have the ability to do that now with the help of apps. So this is kind of a answer to that, but it's going to have unintended consequences. I always am thinking about the unintended consequences, and the unintended consequences of this app is men are probably less likely to ask a girl out on a date already. Like, so it's doubling down on that. So they're going to not try at all. And then most likely men stop using apps to date. If this app doesn't get shut down or it doesn't get lowered on the app store, then men are less likely to put their profiles together for on dating apps. So why would they? So they're going to just leave the dating pool altogether.
Right. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's what women want, because there's already more men on the apps than there are women. That's already that.
Well, and the truth
true.
is like, where do you usually meet people? Like the meeting places for people are dissipating quickly. Okay. So you've got, in the past, you had two options, right? You would go to a bar or you'd go to a church. And now it's most likely the workplace. And that's not okay anymore either, because then you can be considered sexual harassment. So where do you meet? Where do people meet? Where do young people meet anymore?
Well, the convenience of people meeting online is kind of driving into the ground all the traditional places that people would meet.
So you getting rid of all the traditional places.
And girls will find this more and more. The guys will probably stop approaching them, and guys will stop approaching.
It's already happening. It's already happening. You see videos all the time. I look how wonderful I look. Nobody approached me. Oh, well, nobody approached you because of fucking apps like this.
Calm down.
I'm calm!
The natural way to meet somebody is going away. Like, you're most likely to meet your significant other at your workplace. But the problem with that now is that the Me Too movement kind of trashed any way that you could approach a woman at your workplace, because
and many businesses now have policies against people dating in the workplace.
Here's the interesting thing about the workplace. A single woman wants to be approached in the workplace because she also is looking for a partner. But if the wrong man approaches her, then it's sexual harassment. If the right man approaches her, then it's flirting, then it's a possible relationship. But the problem with the man is that he doesn't know if he's the right one or the wrong one.
You're screwed. Thank you. Bye.
From his perspective, what he does to protect himself these days is, I'm not going to approach her at all. I'm not going to show my interest in her. If she wants to approach me, fine. But that's what's going to end up happening, is that women won't get approached. They're going to have to start doing the approaching, because that's what this app has done. This app has done is it's basically made men go, okay, to avoid getting a sexual harassment charge against me, to avoid getting doxxed on an app like this, to avoid all these things that could potentially ruin my life, I'm just not going to approach women anymore. That's a logical thing that men are going to do. So women actually, this is bad for women. This app doesn't help women. It makes it worse for women. It's ironically making it worse for women.
Yeah.
And what it really is it's just a place for women to complain about the man that didn't take her out on a second date, the man who cheated on her. It could be any reason. They don't need, the app even specifies you don't need a reason. You're just going to put out like, this guy did this to me.
Yeah. And one of the things that Ryan Teraband mentions is he's just like, no woman's going to get on there and be like, he was a really great guy, but he didn't choose me. That's not going to happen. So it's going to be all the bad things, and he is a jerk.
All the bad things, and he's a jerk. And,
always.
And then what? And then
it's just the way the incentives are in what the app does.
It makes me kind of sad. So Orion Teraband put out a video that's about this, and this is kind of what got us on this subject. But what I'd like to point out is that he points out that gossiping, how did he put it? Gossip is whenever you talk about somebody that you don't want everybody to know about.
Or behind their back.
Basically is if you don't want other people to know that you're saying this about that person, that's gossip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm always reminded of this quote from Socrates. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. When you gossip about other people, you aren't really doing the world a favor. And if you are saying something about somebody that you wouldn't normally say in front of their face, like talking about people's okay, but something that you want to tell somebody else about that person that you wouldn't say to their face, that's gossip.
Yeah.
Tea actually means gossip. It's a new term for gossip. I don't think this does any good. The sexual marketplace is going to implode with this app if this app keeps going.
This is why I say like this might be how we end. Like the internet is what destroys humankind. Some people have said they're like, we'll figure it out. You know, we're not going to just stop having kids. I mean, the numbers are going down, but I'm just saying like, guys, if this keeps getting worse because of the internet, humankind like goes off in a whimper because of the internet.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what else to say other than
this
could be the end of us.
So this goes to the 4B movement. So if you don't know what the 4B movement is, it's a radical feminist movement that originated in South Korea. The name refers to its defining 4 tenets, which all start with a Korean language term BI. Its proponents do not date men, marry men, have sex with men, or have children with men. The movement emerged between 2017 and 2019 on Twitter. If we do this as a society, we no longer exist as a society. I don't think that's good for my children. I mean, it doesn't affect me really in the long run, but it affects my children. It definitely affects my children. That's why my interest is piqued about it. I don't like this world. I don't like this world of, people not coming together. When you get married, it's supposed to be a partnership. It's not supposed to be one side wins and the other side loses. It's supposed to be a partnership. And it feels very much like this is about one side winning.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Let's quickly talk about what could turn this all around. What could be, we need meeting spaces, right? We need meeting spaces for people.
So what turns this all around is being off the apps. I'm just saying it right now.
Get off Facebook, get off Tinder.
What turns this around is being off, especially the dating apps. Now, the way the dating apps work is kind of a winners take all. High value men have option paralysis, and then women are picky and choosy, so they are only going after the top 20% of men. So literally the dating apps drive this, and I think the answer is that
getting off of them.
We all
start meeting again. Start meeting at bars. Start meeting at dog
real
clubs,
places.
Start meeting at the gym. Start meeting at church. I mean,
Yep.
I in college I had a girl who was complaining to me about all the men that she dated and how shitty they were, and I asked her where she met them all. She met them at a bar, and I said, "Start going to church."
maybe
Different type of man. It's not always the men that have the bad behavior. Sometimes it's the women. I get it. Men behave badly a lot. There's a lot of men who behave badly. They date 2 women at once. They cheat. They aren't truthful about things. But this won't affect those men. This app won't affect those men. The T app will not affect the bad men out there. It's only going to get rid of the good men.
David Buss does talk about how a very small percentage of men commit all the assaulting, and then the rest of the men get a bad rap.
But this app isn't about women who are assaulted. This is about women who are aggrieved.
Yeah.
That's what this app is for. This is the women who are assaulted. They need to get the police involved. Women who are aggrieved. This app is for women who are aggrieved. They're pissed off because they got cheated on. They're pissed off because he lied to them. They're pissed off because he broke up with them. Like, some guys probably have legitimate reasons to break up with women.
Yeah.
And all this app does is let them go on, dox that guy, and play a victim. Congratulations in your victimhood, ladies. All it's going to do is get rid of the men. And maybe that's the point. Maybe that is the point. The 4B movement, that's the point. Yeah. Welcome to a world without men. Check us out on social media, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just look for The Sword in the Skull.
If you liked this, you are the subscriber we are looking for. And share with a friend.
Until next time, keep reading, keep listening, keep watching, learn more. We'll see you, brother.
See ya.
There you go, son. Now get out of here. You're bothering.